Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Droid Life Show. Today, episode 197. It's Friday, March 8th. I'm your host, Kellen. With me, Tim. Tim, say
Hi guys, how's it going? Rocking out.
hi. So, on the show today, we are, we're talking a lot about the Galaxy S10. Here's an S10e. Tim has a 10 Plus. We got a 10 Plus over here, another E. I mean, we got a few of them in. Tim's is special though. We'll talk about that. I am jealous of that thing. I wish they made that version in other models. So anyway, we want to talk a lot about the S10. Today is Galaxy S10 day. It's in stores. If you pre-ordered, you probably should have gotten some already. I mean, our pre-order showed up really early, but it's in stores now, so you can like walk in and buy one if you want to. So we'll talk a lot about that. We got a March security patch that hopefully addressed some Pixel 3 problems. We got OnePlus 7 design renders, which have often been very accurate. T-Mobile shared a bunch of plans about their internet. Google Duplex is everywhere. And trivia. Trivia back once again. As you can see on the screen, sponsored once again by the fine folks at Aukey. They've provided more prizes. This time we've got 5 of their 24-watt dual-port wall chargers. Oh, Tim's got some right there.
I'll be your hand model today.
Yeah. So we've got 5 of their dual port wall chargers to give away to 5 winners in our trivia at the end of the show. If you're new around here, yes, we do trivia every show live as long as you're tuning in live on YouTube. We run through all the topics for the day and then we get to trivia. Give stuff away. We give away a lot. We've given away phones. We've given away chargers. We've given away headphones. We've given Google Play credit. We've given away a lot of stuff.
We've given away a lot of stuff.
It's a good time for sure.
I love it.
All right, so let's talk about the Galaxy S10. So, whole Galaxy S10 family, 10, 10 Plus, 10e, all available right now. We haven't reviewed them yet, but we got a couple unboxing videos, first 10 things videos. We'll do tips and tricks videos. We'll have full write-ups on with reviews and all that stuff eventually. So we'll get there. What we thought we'd do, though, is just talk about our first impressions now that we spent some time with it. We obviously were at the launch event, talked about it then, but now we've spent some time, like some real time. So share some of that. Also maybe get some of your impressions and go through some of our readers' impressions. We asked about, talk about depreciation of Samsung phones, which
Holy
is
moly.
just not...
You don't say.
Which is not good. And then we got news on Samsung's folding future, where the Galaxy Fold is not the only the folding phone they have in the works. So, all right, you want to talk Galaxy S10 Plus? I mean, I have the S10e, which is like a personal choice. I want the E because it just fits what I need. I think people care more about the S10 Plus, which you have. Want to talk about your S10 Plus?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to talk about my S10 Plus. Wow, what a fantastic device. This week I posted up a full, complete unboxing experience.
It is an experience.
And yeah, well, it really is, because you pull the phone out, and of course, as I said in that video, I had to flex on the peeps, and I got the white ceramic model, 500, not the ultra flex, just that mid-range kind of, high-end flex. Yeah, look at that guy. So S10 Plus. I got the 512 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM, not the 12 gigs of RAM, terabyte of storage. I don't need that.
That's stupid. No one needs that.
I'm not trying to spend $1,500 plus on a phone. It's no big deal.
You don't want to flex that much.
I don't need to flex that hard. I would break my arm trying to flex like that. But yeah, here it is, white ceramic. So the first thing off the bat is that the phone is quite heavy. I actually had it next to an essential phone here for some odd reason, but because both of these phones are ceramic, and it's even a little heavier than the essential phone, I want to say. Kind of hard, I'm not a digital scale or anything like that, but feels a bit heavier, of course, because it is a bit larger, 4100 milliamp hour battery. Display. So first impressions, display is absolutely gorgeous. From the few photos I've taken, the camera is pretty darn amazing. That ultra wide angle lens is stellar for landscape shooting. If you're inside of a room and you go to that ultra wide, it makes your house look big. It makes it look like I live in a mansion or something. So that's cool. So I can flex on Instagram.
The
I have a big
mansion
house.
lens, yeah.
Yeah, that mansion lens. The battery life has been okay.
What are you using it on? What network?
I'm using it on AT&T
Okay.
and my Wi-Fi network. So my AT&T signal is so poor here. I'm actually going to be switching to T-Mobile this week.
Oh, welcome
So
to the squad.
that T-Mo squad. I'm really doing it for the free MLB TV, of course, because we got the new baseball season coming up. But yeah, and AT&T, they stopped cutting me checks to pimp their prepaid network, so I might as well just kick on over to T-Mo, see what John wants to do, back that truck up, ching. And yeah, so the battery life, but I've really only been using the phone for a day, and of course it was that first initial day, that setup day. And when you're setting everything up, your battery's just gonna take a beating, and of course I've been playing with the phone, so battery life just wasn't great. So it's going to take me a few more days to really get a feel for how well that 4100 is going to be doing. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a lot of reverse charging or power sharing or whatever, because
You're not.
while I love the Galaxy Buds, like I'm not really into, like I don't need that. Like I'm at home and I can just charge up my Galaxy Buds, via wire.
Yeah,
no big
I
deal.
have USB-C cables everywhere. I just plug them in rather than destroy the battery life on my phone. Yeah.
Exactly. But say I'm at the airport, we're traveling or something like that for an event. It's going to be awesome to have that.
Sure.
So it's a great, not knocking it like Kellen does. Kellen knocks it all.
I knock everything. That's
I don't
what I'm
knock
here for.
I think it's very cool. So, but that big ticket stuff, the ultrasonic, I don't know about you, but it has not been like all that speedy on my unit.
Well, I don't have one in the 10e. I'm
course.
down here on this other level. I'm not up there.
Yeah.
So I mean this. So I just got like an S10 Plus just showed up on my doorstep like 2 seconds before we launched, and I can see it like right there. Look at that thing. So I will play with it, but I have no feedback for you at this point. I've noticed that some of the early reviews all aren't fans of it, and they say it's slow and crappy. So is that the problem you're having? Is that it's slow and crappy?
It's not slow and crappy. It's sort of, it's slower than I had expected, especially when we did that little test in New York. Where it's just like, yeah, you just tap it on there and it would unlock. And here it's like, I definitely have to hold it down. It takes a second for that ripple animation to happen. And then a lot of the times I just get a no match. And I'm like, okay, so I think I'm just going to wipe my fingerprint, reset it all back up. Do all. I got the update.
I was gonna say, did you get the update that was supposed to come? Yeah, because there's supposed to be an update to almost all the phones like today, and it's supposed to address fingerprint problems. So
yeah, so we'll see. So maybe I'll clean it off, and in terms of wiping the data and resetting it back up. But other than that, performance, just in terms of app switching, going playing games and stuff, that all seems really well. A lot better than what we were experiencing on the Pixel 3s a little while ago, and we'll talk about that later. But other than that, I mean, this is a killer device. However, $1,250 for this model in particular, that's pretty darn steep for a smartphone. I'm so worried about it. We have a lot of case accessory companies who email us like, hey, check out our cases, and I hit them all up, all 1,000 of them. I said, send me all your cases because I want to make sure that this thing is protected, and then of course I can share that lovely information with all you fine people and do a massive case giveaway like we do every year. But so we got a lot of cases coming because I got to protect this thing. $1,250. Well, technically not, because we got the $550 off for the trade-in. But yeah,
it's a big old phone though. I mean, you put a case on, like I'm holding it right now. Like here it is next to Pixel 2 XL. Like the Pixel 2 XL is a big phone. It's the same size. I mean, granted, there's more display there, but it feels heavier than the Pixel 3 XL also. So, I mean, Samsung, like, I feel like they pack extra stuff in their phones or something, because I feel like their phones always have, like, more weight to them. I don't know.
Original Dobo in the chat dropped a $5 donation. He says, off topic, but what software are you using? The stream looks crispy AF. We do appreciate that. I think we're using a mixture of Skype, OBS, YouTube, obviously.
Yeah. We have a pretty custom setup. Yeah, we use OBS. That stands for something broadcasting system. I think Open Broadcasting System. It's used by you see it used a lot by like game streamers, people on Twitch, YouTube gaming, that stuff. So we're kind of using that setup similar to what those guys do, and then we are using a Skype preview that uses an NDI feed that plugs straight into OBS, and that's why I think the video looks a little better. So anyway, yeah, we don't use the garbage Hangouts that many of the podcasts use. I'm not trashing on most of the podcasts out there. I'm just saying, like,
shade.
Our setup looks a little nicer.
I do love our setup. What also helps is that, I mean, we spared no expense with our webcams. We got the Logitech Brio, like 4K webcams. I mean,
That's true too. We do have 4K
yeah,
webcams.
exactly. So there's that answer for you. Scott McDonald says, Tim, can you really tell the difference in feel of the phone with ceramic versus Sammy's usual GG? I'm guessing you mean Gorilla Glass. Yeah, not exactly when you feel the phone, and you couldn't do that either on the Essential phone. There's actually something about how solid it feels. I hate to say it, but it feels extremely premium. I took the phone out of the box. I mean, it's heavy. It's got some weight to it.
Yeah.
Weight that you wouldn't necessarily think is there, when you first look at it. But it's a really heavy device. And it was the same for the Essential phone. The Essential phone is very small and compact, but it's heavy. It's got some weight to it. It's got that kind of luxury feel. So with your fingertips, no, you can't tell the difference between the ceramic and the glass. But
it's a weight thing, really. Right?
It's a weight thing. Yeah. It feels really good. But again, I mean, if I could do it all over again, knowing what I know now, I mean, I'd probably just get the regular one, I guess. But like, dude, if you have the opportunity to get the ceramic one, why not? It's feels awesome. Yeah. It's just like, it's a luxury thing.
I was going to pull up the weight difference in weight, but things are slow right now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the regular S10 Plus, 175 grams. The ceramic is 198 grams. That's a significant jump.
It's a substantial difference that you can feel. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Brett Wright says, just for us to see you in 144p. Only a trivia. Only a trivia. By the way, I didn't say thanks, but original Dubbo. Thanks for the $5.
Yeah. Mystical Melissa, thank you for the question. She says, Kellen, I'm going to answer this too, though. Sorry, I'm going to hijack your question.
Yeah.
Do you miss your Pixel at all? I'm still madly in love with mine, so I'll let you go first. Are you missing your Pixel after using that S10e for a week?
Here it is right here. Kind of. So we're going to probably get into this, or I mean, we can just jump around today. I don't really care. But so the Pixel 3, I wrote a post like a week ago that said this phone's pissing me off. And it was mostly because of performance issues in the camera, just in general usage on the phone. Battery life also hasn't been great for me. And then the March update showed up this week, and it was supposed to fix the camera. Number one, I don't know if it did because I haven't been playing with it. It was supposed to also address storage performance, which could affect overall performance. So do I miss it? I'm still kind of in that early phase of the Galaxy S10 where I'm like, this is a new shiny toy. It's really fun.
Honeymoon phase.
Yeah, Samsung did a really nice job with it. So at this moment, I'm not missing this yet. Although when you pick this phone up, like the regular Pixel 3, I think it's like the perfect size phone. However, this S10e, look, it's a little shorter, might be a little wider, but the size on this thing, it's going to be tough to switch back so far until, like the Android Q dev preview drops and I want that new, then I'll probably go back to the Pixel 3. But right now, not missing it, actually. I actually am really enjoying this dude right here. This guy.
There's just a few like subtle software nuance things that I miss about the Pixel. Like I was using it for so long that I know the software front and back. And so switching, from the Grace UI or whatever Samsung was calling it to the One UI with Pi, things are different. And I'm still learning it myself because Kellen probably used the beta much more than I did. I used it for like 5 minutes because I just wasn't really in love with it. And I didn't want to use a Note 9. So I'm still learning. And so because of that, I do miss my Pixel. My biggest gripe is the power button placement and how large and tall this phone is. I double press on the screen. So like, I don't want to have to like reach all the way up here because then I feel like the phone is vulnerable and I might drop it because I don't have like Gorilla Grip. And so I just double tap on the screen, or I just have the fingerprint always on. That way I don't have to do anything and I just hold it there and it'll unlock without ever having to press the power button. So I don't know, man. I'm learning still, but I'm getting there. I still think it's a really great phone. I've only had it for a day, so we'll see.
I can tell you that this phone, which is like 7 inches smaller than the phone you're using, the power button, which also doubles as the fingerprint reader, is also
way
difficult
too far.
because when you hold your phone, like
it's not natural.
This is where the button normally is on every other phone, including previous Samsung phones. I don't know why they decided to go all the way up there. So it's even on this phone, it's been a little bit frustrating to use. Samsung keeps doing this weird thing for the last handful of years where they decide on something that seems like the worst possible idea ever. Like, for like 3 phones in a row where they put the fingerprint reader up here by the camera, and then like they kind of moved it down, but it was still too high and wasn't. I mean, like they keep doing these things where their hardware is so great, and then there's like one little thing they keep doing to screw things up. And this would be one of them. The power button placement is pretty much awful.
Real quick, Todd in the chat says, can you double tap notifications from the lock screen to open them? So the way I have it set up, the notifications aren't shown per se. Kind of probably hard to see with that wallpaper. Yeah, but you tap on them and the pull down will drop down and show you the notifications. Not a fan of that. I really like how there was on the lock screen, there would just be a frickin' bar with your notification. You can open that, should you please. But
it's unlocking. Hold on. I'll show it to you on mine.
Yeah.
So see that? There's like that little notification. So if I
tap on
that, it expands.
It expands.
That's how you have to do it. Yeah. It's not great, but that is how Samsung does it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Scott, he says, but with the front fingerprint reader, do you really need to use that power button very often? No, you do not. However, for Kellen, yes.
I do, yeah.
Because his fingerprint reader is the power button way up there. So yeah, I can get away with it because I can just double tap on the screen and use it. So I don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah. One of the nice things Samsung did, I believe it's with One UI, is they added a whole bunch of different options for always on display. So you can have it show always. You can have it lift to show. You can schedule it to show. There's double tap to wake. So you oftentimes don't need to grab the power button unless you're using the fingerprint reader, but they also have facial recognition, which works pretty good. So you can kind of just pick up your phone and things will just wake up for you and unlock and do all of that stuff. So they've created so many different options in that, like just for the lock screen, that you can in a way like bypass everything. Yeah. Melissa says, thanks for answering my questions. I had enough hesitation from both. I will not be replacing my Pixel 3. Look, if you have a Pixel 3, I don't know that you need to ditch a Pixel. Like, that phone just came out. It's only going to get better, and it seems like Google already addressed a couple of issues. The Galaxy S10 is shiny and new and has all the new stuff in it, but, I mean, pixels are pixels. Last year, I used a Pixel 2 XL all through the year, even as the S9 and Note 9 and all these other phones came out, because it was just the phone that I thought was the best phone. The Galaxy S10 just came out, so I'm happy with it at the moment, but that could change in like 2 weeks. You never know, and I could be right back on my Pixel 3. So yeah, Melissa, I would say no need for you to ditch your Pixel 3. I think you're probably good there.
Yeah, I wanted to confirm this on my phone, as Jeff points out. I was on my phone. It's what I do for a living. So under the lock screen settings menu, there is, the notifications menu within that menu, and from there's the view style. And you can go through detailed, icons only, or brief. And so, yeah, if you want the bar going all the way across, you go detailed.
Change that?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh. Sorry, I thought you knew.
I didn't. Well, no, I thought it was always just that bubble. You can actually change it to actually have them show the whole time.
Yes, absolutely.
This is way too much.
This is life-changing.
We're doing this on air. Where was... Okay, wait.
So, under lock screen.
Yeah, I'm there.
And then notifications.
Oh, way down there.
Yep.
Oh,
and then view
icons
style.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. And confirm. Fix that problem. There's too many damn settings in this thing.
There is.
Add it to the tips and tricks list video, which is coming soon. All right.
Yes. So yeah, as you can see, we're still learning One UI, but we're getting there, dude.
There's so much stuff built in. Like I just said, just for the lock screen to wake or lock or to always on display your phone, there's about 17 different options. Unreal. So you've got the S10 Plus for a day or two. I've had the S10e I started with this yellow one like a week ago, and I'm now on this corally version. So far, really like the phone. The camera, and the only difference between this camera and Tim's is no telephoto lens. I'm not blown away at all by the camera. I mean, I think it's basically what was in the Note 9 and possibly the S9 and S9 Plus. I don't know that they actually upgraded. They probably worked some algorithm stuff, some processing stuff. I haven't been super duper impressed. I've taken some photos that look solid. I've taken some photos that I thought it should have done a better job. So, like Pixel, as frustrating as the Pixel 3 camera was with the loading situation for the last couple of months, if they fix that, you kind of just go, look, Google's camera is still possibly one of the best, but I don't know, no real gripes there. Performance on these phones, I'd say, is pretty phenomenal. I mean, these phones are just speedy. You mentioned the displays look great. Even this one, it's only 1080p, looks great, which of course I'm used to from the Pixel 3. I really like One UI for the most part. I mean, I can't wait to get done testing so I can get rid of the garbage Samsung launcher with this horizontal paginated crap and put like Nova or something to give me a Google style, a Pixel style like launcher. Yeah. I'm ready for that. But like overall, I'm tinkering with all the stuff because there's just stuff. Like Samsung's like now almost the stuff and things phone again. You remember when they kind of scaled everything back? Now it's just filled with crap again. Some of it is useful enough that I don't hate it, but yeah, I like this phone quite a bit.
Well, my main concern with the software stuff is when you pull it out of the box, it's all enabled and all in your face. Edge display is enabled. They show that little S Pay cards transparent thing sticking up from the bottom. Like there's so much going on that Bixby Home and all this crap that I don't want.
Yeah, turn it all off.
So it takes an hour to go through, turn off, find the settings I want. Like the notification ringer was like completely obnoxious when it came out of the box. I gotta change that. Gotta change the ringtone. Oh geez, it's like a pain to set up a Samsung phone. However, once it's set up and you can customize it and tune it a little bit, maybe throw on that Nova with like a Google feed and not Bixby Home. They gotta stop Bixby. Stop it.
I feel like it's entirely close to dying, but
yeah, well, it's because Bixby Home never came. They were like, let's just maybe cut it back a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely seem like they're moving slightly away from it. But yeah, we have a first 10 things to do video that'll help you get right and set up there. Little plug there.
Yeah.
Brett just asked me, do you like the S10 that has a flat screen? That's the reason I went with this phone, because I've also written an article, being the hater that I am, that I can't stand Samsung's curved displays. And I know I'm in the minority there, but I hate curved displays. I think they're obnoxious to use. It's so, yeah. I mean, when they said we're making a flat screen version of the S10, and then the only spec differences are no in-display reader, which I don't like anyway because I thought it was bad on the OnePlus 6T. And they took away a telephoto lens, which I probably won't use much, and gave me a flat screen in a smaller size. Like, I'm good with that. So, yeah, I actually do like it a lot. And like I said, I just got this S10 Plus in the mail, and it's, I mean, it doesn't seem terrible on these. It's, we'll see. I'll use it. This phone's giant, by the way. Oh, did you take the screen protector off yours?
First thing I did.
So this is not mine. This is AT&T's unit they sent us to review, but every single Galaxy S10 does come with a pre-installed screen protector. I took it off all the other ones I have here. I'll probably leave it on this since it's not mine. But
yeah.
What else?
I
mean,
we got a long ways to go.
Yeah, like this is the day that you can go get and play with one. I will say one of the things I think Samsung's done really well this year is colors. So like this is the flamingo pink, which just looks coral to me. And this is whatever the blue is. I think this is their best blue possibly ever. Tim has ceramic white, but the prism white also has kind of a cool look. Yeah, see, that ceramic white's just clean. Like there's no weird effect going on like the prism white. It's just white. They also have, well, in international markets, they have this guy, the yellow guy, this one, which is just crazy ass bright, which is kind of fun. But the international market also has a green version, which looks really great. Best color year for Samsung by far. So props to Samsung for that.
I want to laugh at Wade County's comment where he says, you have to understand that these phones have to cater to the lowest common denominator. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I need these damn tutorials that they put on the phones when you first boot them up, because everything's hidden. And, if you didn't know what the Samsung Edge was or the Edge panel was, you wouldn't know, like, what that little hovering thing on the edge of your screen is. Yeah. Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff they just kind of hide. And, yeah. So I wish Samsung would tone it down like I thought they were doing, but apparently not. And then I also saw someone ask about the display being, or the I'm trying to pull out the plastic to show you. The screen protector. They were asking if it was more than just plastic or whatever.
It's just plastic.
Yeah, it's just plastic. I've got it somewhere. I
It's
don't think
super
this is
duper
it,
thin. I don't know that it'll be that obnoxious to use, unlike some, but it's just a really thin piece of plastic that's just been molded over the display.
Yeah, when it goes over, say at least on the S10 Plus with the dual front facing cameras, like there's a noticeable like cutout
Mm-hmm.
for the plastic, and I just not a fan for that.
Yeah.
A fan of that.
Yeah,
So
I'm with you on that.
yeah.
There's something else I was gonna say. Now I can't. Oh, somebody's asked about battery life.
Mm.
You're only like a day or so in. You said it wasn't
Yeah.
super great. For me, when I was using this international yellow one for most of the week, I did not have great battery life. That's an S10e. But on this US unlocked pink one, I had like yesterday was first full day, I believe, on it, and I think I had like 4.5 hours of screen on time, and like at 10:30 I was down to 15%. So that's not bad. That's a pretty heavy day on a 3100 milliamp hour battery. So yellow one I was impressed. This one first day I am. So it's good. I mean, it's 12:30 right now and I'm at 75% left still, and I don't know what my screen on time is or anything like that, but so far the US version has had pretty solid battery life. So
Yeah. I don't think mine's going to be too bad now that I've got the phone set up and I'm just going to
Right.
use it kind of usual like as a usual thing. Like I'm sure it'll be fine. Maybe even good.
hopefully good, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
So very exciting though. This is the
Yeah.
I mentioned this on a previous show, but this is the most excited I've been about new Samsung phones probably in a couple of years. Probably since the S8, I would say maybe. S9 last year was kind of like a snoozy year for Samsung, I thought. This year, I know like design wise they don't look completely different other than the front display, but I don't know, something feels different about these phones. Maybe I'm just bored with everything else and I'm excited about Samsung for a first time because that's something fun to do. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to reviewing and like diving deeper into these because they're actually pretty fun to play
BS. Uh, Scott McDonald asked a very interesting question. He says, I ordered the same one Tim has, the white ceramic 512. What am I missing out on having not pre-ordered? And I don't think you're missing out on
with. Well,
anything.
just freebies. Oh no, I think those are even good as long as you bought them. I can't
Like
remember.
buy today.
Yeah, like because they were giving away Galaxy Buds, which they sold out of, and then
Right, but they were giving you the 130
Yeah.
credit,
Yeah,
which
then
is
they
the
were
same
giving that.
value as the buds.
right. I don't know that you're missing out. I
Yeah, I
guess
don't
I'm
think
not sure what you're
missing
looking
it.
for there, Scott. What do you mean missing out? There wasn't really that many extra bonuses. I saw like today YouTube is giving away YouTube Premium to Galaxy S10 owners for like 4 months, and Spotify's doing at least a handful of months. So those freebies, and I think those are just to anyone who bought the thing. So
Yeah.
you should be good there.
Yeah.
In terms of deals, it seems like most of the good deals are still going on. So like if you didn't pre-order, and a lot of times pre-order deals end when the phones hit stores, but I looked this morning and like Samsung's still offering up to $550 off for trade-ins on a bunch of phones. So that goes from like S9 and Note 9 down to the Note 8. They'll give you $550. That's iPhones from like XS Max down to I think iPhone 8. You can get $550 off. Pixel 3 and 3 XL, they'll give you $550 off. So if you were hesitating and you were also worried that maybe that trade-in deal was going to go away, it looks like they're still running that deal, so you can get $550 off. I mean, I got this S10e for $200 because I traded in an S9. So still plenty of deals. I know Verizon just is doing like a BOGO deal where they'll give you like an S10e free if you sign up for a new line and all that garbage. But you know what I mean. There are deals.
Yeah.
There's good deals out there still. Let's see. So let's talk about this depreciation thing for a minute, though. If you do buy one, understand that the first month, your $1,000 phone may drop like what 40% in value. Is that what the story is? There is the story from what was it called? They're a phone reseller. Bank My Cell put out a report this week that said Samsung phones, at least in the last couple of years, like their depreciation is kind of off the charts almost.
They take a big hit. Even, I mean, within the first month, they lose, nearly half of their value, at least, their trade-in value, which, I mean, we all kind of knew that with phones, except I think the big story here is that not only do Samsung's Samsung Galaxies lose value quickly, but in comparison to, say, Apple phones and iPhones, they just hold their value so much more than Android phones in general. So,
yeah, and I mean, like, these numbers are kind of crazy, and we've always known that iPhones, yeah, like, just they tend to hold on to that value, but and like somebody mentioned, Scott mentioned that trade-in value, not resale. I don't know the resale value is good on these phones either. I mean, like, somebody can correct me on that one, but I know we looked at, I think most of the Samsung phones that Samsung was giving you $550 for in trade-in right now, and none of them are reselling for $550. I don't think.
I would have to say that from what I've seen, trade-in value versus resale value is not very far apart.
I don't think it is. We
And I
can
don't
look
see how
into
it.
that, but
Yeah.
either way,
I
just
mean,
know if you buy a Galaxy S10 and you're like, oh, there's the new hotness in like 3 months or whatever. Like, say the new OnePlus phone comes out, or that you want the next Pixel phone, and you go to trade in your Samsung phone, the value on it might not be that great. That's what we're saying.
But we already knew. We already know that as soon as you open the box, your value goes down. It's just it depends on how quickly. And I think that's really just kind of the main takeaway. Like, you could argue trade-in value versus resale value, but the point is your phone loses value insanely quickly. And I think that's what we should be mad about.
Like a damn car.
Like a damn car. Worse than a car, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably.
Depending on the car.
So that's why we often tell you, if you want to get in on these pre-order deals, it's probably the most value you're going to get for your phone.
Yeah, absolutely. And as Nightfly says, Samsung typically offers the best or the most generous deals. Yeah, they do. And they have good reason to, because you're going to be buying their next phone, and then they can report that they had big sale numbers and all that, and then their stock goes up and everybody's happy. Even if they take a teeny little bit of loss because they have to shell out $550 for these phones that are not worth that.
Right.
There you go. What'd you say? The Galaxy Note 8 they're still giving $550 for? That's not a $550 phone, dude.
I don't think so.
So, I mean, I don't know. Is it because at that point you could buy a new OnePlus 6T? I don't know. I guess I might go Note 8 over a 6T. It's possible. I'd have to think about it.
I don't know about that.
You got that S Pen? I mean, that's like 200 in value right there.
Yeah, it probably is if you want to replace it. Nate in the chat said US unlocked Galaxy S10 Plus already going for $900 on Swappa, because people with the trade-ins getting in and selling their phones early.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. That's a solid business plan.
Probably can flip that for a couple $100 at least, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You might want to.
Can't do the math on that.
Yeah. Go to Shark Tank with that one. Like, I got $1 billion idea, guys.
Yeah. In semi-related news, Samsung report out of Bloomberg this week says Samsung is working on 2 more foldable phones. So I know we haven't talked much about this Galaxy Fold because it's not coming for another month and a half or almost 2 months. And so they're working on 2 more, though. A clamshell-like device. So think like that Razer phone concept that we think they might be making. Or a Huawei Mate X style phone that folds backwards away from you. Apparently they're working on both of those. They're thinking about putting in-display fingerprint readers in them because they didn't do that with the Galaxy Fold. They're already working on improving the Fold apparently as well, because apparently there's creases in the display after like 10,000 folds or something, which is not a shocker at all. Either way, it sounds like Samsung's really going all in on the foldable thing, which is fine as long as they keep improving the technology. I'm sure they'll be able to do some cool stuff with it. The clamshell one could be here by the end of the year, whereas that Mate X style folder probably not till next year. I just like, until I get the Fold in hand and actually play with it and think and like decide whether or not it's a thing that I need in my life. Like, I'm having trouble getting really excited about, well, they're making more. There's a clamshell and a Mate X one. I don't know. I'm not that blown away yet until like someone proves to me that a $2,000 phone is something I need. It's kind of tough. Kind of tough. What is the best S10 color? That's tough. I mean, the best S10 finish is Tim's white because it's ceramic.
Yeah, but I would also argue that the Prism White is exceptionally hot.
It is pretty hot.
It is super hot. If they had, I was gonna go Prism, but you got to go ceramic when you can. But if they didn't offer a ceramic one, I would have gone Prism White every day of the week.
Yeah.
No doubt.
See, I like the blue, although I don't love it. I
That
like
blue's
this
nice.
flamingo pink, but it's just a little too corally for me. So, like, it's like perfect for my wife, but maybe not me. I don't know. I like that yellow, but you can't really buy that in the US, and I don't really want to use an international one for much longer. I don't know. Maybe the Prism White. I might lean that way too, Prism White or something.
It just looks cool. I mean, it's different.
Yeah. Scott asked if I'm buying the Fold. I will have to because Samsung doesn't talk to us, so
Yeah.
they sure as hell aren't going to send us one. That's for sure. So
No.
that would be a yes. I will be spending $2,000 on a Galaxy Fold because they will not send me a unit or talk to me.
Yeah, and I doubt they're going to offer a trade-in program for it because
Probably not.
availability is going to be super limited, and they want this whole concierge experience. Like, pew pew.
We'll see if I can even buy one. It might be really
Exactly.
limited, right?
I don't know how we're going to find one in Portland, of all places.
Yeah, really.
We're going to have to fly down to San Francisco,
Probably.
wait in line with all the other Samsung fanboys. Like, wait, why are you here? Don't you hate Samsung? I guess I'll have to take the trip. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll send you to go buy the $2,000 phone.
Yeah.
So let's see what I don't really know what else to say about the Samsung. We've talked about these phones for a long time.
40 minutes.
Yeah, we got plenty of videos still coming on them. Reviews coming next week. But so far, like, I'm pretty happy with it. S10e I think is like the phone I will probably use for a while. Like I said, I have this S10 Plus in house right now, and just like this thing is way too freaking big. I don't really want to use this much, but I will for science purposes or something.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that AT&T didn't send me the regular S10 because I want to like compare the size of that, but it's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. All right. So anything else to say about the S10?
Nope. As you said, a lot more coverage coming.
All right, so I mentioned this earlier, but the Android March security patch dropped this week, as it does on the first Monday of every single month. So it was a Pixel 3, Pixel 3 XL focused patch in terms of functional improvement. So all the Pixel phones got it. So 1 XL, 2 XL, 3 XL, they all got it. And the Pixel C is still getting Oreo builds, which is kind of wild. But in terms of functional patches, there was a camera patch that improved, this is quote, improved startup and responsiveness of camera app. And so that's one of those things we've been complaining about. Everyone's been complaining about that loading the camera on the Pixel 3 and 3 XL has been awful. They also improved recovery in instance of OTA update failure. I don't think that impacts many of us. Improved storage performance probably could affect most of us. We've been complaining about performance outside of the camera. If they're improving storage performance, that should improve just general use of the phone, I'd imagine. Improve Bluetooth reliability, and then improve playback of encrypted media on video apps. So it's a decent update. I will say that it took forever to update. There's this optimizing apps part of the update, and it optimized, and then it kept optimizing and kept optimizing. It took quite a while. So if you haven't updated yet and you are going to update, just know that it's going to take a little while, but Google's does updates right where they happen in the background, so you can still use your phone while that optimization is happening. So you should be okay, but you may want to set it to like run at night or something like that. So anyway, big update
Huge.
for a security patch.
Huge update.
You know, we still haven't had like the 9.1 update. For the last couple of years, we got like 7, and then we got 7.1, then we got 8, 8.1, and it was kind of a jump where they introduced some new stuff. We didn't get that this year. No 9.1.
That's true.
We don't even have a 9.0.1. We're just still on 9.0.
China. I'll be practicing my Trump impressions the remainder of the show. Thank you.
Is he on camera this week? Yeah, a little bit. You can see his elbow.
Oh yeah.
You can only
there
see
he
his
is.
elbow. Yeah, you can see his elbow over there,
That's fine.
right next to Teddy.
Teddy.
All right, so I should mention that Essential Phone still getting updates and already
Yes.
got the March patch, as it always does, day of. They just push that. I don't know if it's like an
How they
employee
do
and a
that.
half working on these over there. I don't know who's
Yeah.
left. Although it looks like they're hiring a bunch of people for phone-related stuff. But go down to Essential. I mean, the phone is, well, I guess it's almost 2 years old. By this summer, it'll be 2
Almost.
years old, right? So that's
Yep.
good. They said they're going to update it for like 3, so.
I don't know how they can do that, but
Yeah. All right, and possibly huge news. We have
Whoa.
OnePlus 7 CAD renders
Whoa.
that show it all. In case you're not familiar with the CAD render situation, on leaks who leaks a lot of these CAD renders. Basically, a phone manufacturer sends all the plans to like case makers and this and that, and whoever needs to know what a phone will look like with precise details, and they're taking those plans and they turn them into renders, probably in CAD, which is why we call them CAD renders. So we have OnePlus 7 renders, and I don't know that OnLeaks' CAD renders have been wrong. I mean, even like just a month ago when LG got really mad at us for saying like ignore the G8 because this is what it looks like, and LG's like communications boss was like, relax, these are just speculative renders or something like that, and then it was like that was the phone.
Wrong.
Yeah. And like it was the phone, so I still don't know what he was trying to say there. It wasn't even like good PR spin. I don't know what the hell he was trying to say. So either way, these things are almost always right. What they show is a full screen device, no notch, no hole punch, because we're talking pop-up selfie camera, and then on the rear you got a triple camera. There's no fingerprint reader showing, so we're assuming it's in the display. You got your buttons on the side. Does it have an alert slider? I'm assuming it does. Looks like it probably has an alert slider.
On the left side there, yeah.
Yeah. So it looks nice. However, are you fine with the pop-up camera?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm fine with it too.
I don't take selfies, so like this does not affect me whatsoever.
That was exactly what I was gonna say. Yes.
Yeah.
So I've seen some people get a little upset. No, we don't. I mean, I mocked them on Twitter. I was like, oh, it's gonna be more expensive because you're putting more moving parts in. But the fact that there's the front screen will have not even a hole punch, it's gonna look really, really cool. And then sure, if like the one day happens every 6 months where I'm like, child, get over here. My kid I'm talking about, get over here, let's take a selfie. Yeah. Then I can do that and it'll pop up and do whatever it needs to do. But that day doesn't come around very often. So yeah, I don't care. I'd rather have the non-hole punch screen and go, okay, this looks really badass. I don't care about selfies. Come on.
I think it's fine. I think people are overreacting. I think we're going to need to see how it works. And, as long as the mechanism is made fine, then, it should withstand, I would think, 100,000 ups and downs. No big deal. iFixit's not going to be happy because you're like, oh, you can't fix it yourself. Ugh. We have a right.
Shout out iFixit.
I know. Shout out to our good friends at iFixit.
Yes.
I love giving them a hard time. But in reality, I think it's fine. If you don't take a lot of selfies, I think it's fine. Yep. Scott, was it Scott who said that?
Scott Washington.
Yeah. Scott Washington says that's besides the point. It's gonna break.
True. I don't use it, so
you don't know that.
That's true.
Like he's saying something's a fact, and he's just speculating. So we don't know that. So yeah, so we're just gonna have to calm down, bring it back, and wait to see what happens. Again, these are just speculative renderings.
That's right. That's right.
These may not even be legit.
They're not even legit. They're speculative renders. Don't put anything into them. They've only been right like 99% of the time.
Every time. And the G8 did turn out to be exactly what we saw in those CAD renders. Even more boring than those renders showed, I would say.
Probably. So. Don't take it to the beach. You might get sand in there. That is true. Don't take your OnePlus 7 to the beach.
I think a little bit of sand isn't going to hurt anybody.
Oh, can you imagine the sand just grinding in there? Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, hopefully the fingerprint reader, I saw someone mention that, is better because it's pretty garbage on the 6T. So hopefully it is improved. Hopefully it went ultrasonic, although like we've kind of said, people aren't loving the ultrasonic on the S10 right now. So maybe a display fingerprint readers are just not where we should be going. Maybe we should be going side button.
No. Well, I guess. I don't know. I'm
also fine with this. Reader. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with it right there on the back. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine back there.
I'm fine with that. 3 rear cameras on this supposed OnePlus 7 CAD render, which you should all take note of. A little LED flash below that. That display, it's probably going to be pretty hot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's only going to be 1080p, of course, but it's still, I mean, it's going to look good. It's going to be a good looking phone.
It's going to be a good looking phone.
Yeah.
Triple camera, I don't really care. OnePlus's cameras are always better than average, not excellent. So I don't really, like, if they throw in some telephotos and some extra wides, like, their processing's still going to be exactly the same as we expect it to be. So I'm sure it'll be great. It'll be great. Overall, the phone will be really good. It's just gonna have a pop-up camera thing that hopefully doesn't break on everyone in the first month. Can you imagine if like you're kind of taking, well, so first of all, they're not the first company to do this. Oppo, who is basically a part of them, has had a couple of, and I think Vivo, although I think Vivo makes 7 phones and just does everything for marketing, but they've apparently been doing it. So like some companies have done the pop-up thing. Hopefully they've kind of worked out some of the kinks, and obviously they've tested enough stuff, and so it'll pop up and down then thousands of times, I would hope, without breaking, but we'll see.
Yeah. And back to the fingerprint reader, I will take the ultrasonic over this optical that OnePlus uses. Again, every day of the week, even if it was like a little slow or buggy, like it works when it works just fine. I just need to probably reset mine up. Yeah, it doesn't need to light up and all this craziness.
Yeah.
So I would hope that the problem is OnePlus is trying to meet a price point. This phone, no matter what, it's gonna be $599 or under, for the base model.
You think so?
That's I know so. They can't go.
It's gonna be $629, I bet.
$629.
Might even be $699.
If they hit $629, that means they can hit $599. That's only what, $30. So I think they can do it. The problem is when you start talking about throwing in ultrasonic fingerprint readers, that price is going to go up. Maybe they will have to go $629, $649. Okay. So $599, optical fingerprint reader, mechanicalized pop-up selfie cam. And there you go.
Scott McDonald says $650. Brandon says $629 seems high.
Exactly.
We need like a casual chat poll here. I'm going $629. I think they're going to jack it. They're going to get a better fingerprint reader. Actually, they may not. They're slow to adopt things. But that pop-up moving thing, they're going to be like, this is innovation, folks. This is innovation. So I'm going $629 for the base. I'm probably way off there, but
that's all right. It's going to be, the base is going to be 8 gig RAM, 128 gig storage, $599. And there it is. That's the OnePlus 7.
People should probably be semi-happy if it's $599. I'm not sure what to say anymore about OnePlus ones. They're not going to be cheap for much longer. They want to just get up there and be sitting alongside Samsung, which is just fine, I guess. They can do that.
Yeah.
As long as people still buy them.
What are they at right now? $579 or $549?
$549, I think.
Yeah. So even going up $50,
that'd be one of their bigger jumps.
Yeah, that's a big jump for OnePlus, who's done very well at keeping their really good phones affordable. So, but then they're going to have the McLaren or the Ferrari edition. It's going to be $900 with 100 gigs of RAM. And it's so fast.
With 100 gigs.
I don't care.
Look at this bad sticker that we put under the glass, but it's fast. And yes, we put in 27 gigs of RAM.
Oh, I like Scott Washington's idea of the Xavier, with the Prius edition. I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah. The Nissan Leaf edition, that'd be dope.
The extended range Nissan Leaf with the orange sticker underneath.
Oh yeah.
All right, so OnePlus 7, we got renders. We think we know what it looks like. There's already an Oppo phone that's official that looks just like this thing too, in case you were wondering. This is probably the OnePlus 7, even if they are speculative renders.
Yeah. As Brett Wright says, Google it, guys. CNET just posted OP7 is going to be $569.
Really?
It was a leak through something else. So it does say $569.
Oh.
So how about that? I was pretty close. Closer than you.
Wait, is that just a leak off some like rando retailer, or did they actually confirm that that's the price?
It's from GizTop.
Oh.
Yeah. Retail site GizTop.
Oh, perfect.
So there you go.
From
OnLeaks. So OnLeaks found it apparently on GizTop and then posted that.
Okay. $569, that's not bad. We're only $20 higher.
Yeah.
So it won't be ultrasonic then. It'll be the same garbage fingerprint reader. if they're not improving that.
We've got 6.5-inch AMOLED screen, world's fastest screen unlock. I'm guessing that's not from the optical reader. It's probably from the pop-up selfie cam. Snapdragon 855. Rear triple cameras of 48 megapixel plus 20 megapixel plus 5 megapixel.
Oh, this just happened like within the last hour.
Yeah. The 16 megapixel pop-up selfie cam, 8 gig RAM, as I said, 128 gig. That's the base. 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Not bad. Super fast dash charging, and an Android Pie.
Oh my god, the like link is still up at GizTop. Whatever the hell GizTop is. These look like fake renders. I'm not gonna lie. These do not look like real renders, but they could be.
Well, hey man, GizTop could be legit.
GizTop could totally be legit. I apologize, GizTop. I just don't know who you are, but that image looks fake.
Oh, well, the bottom right and left corners, like where there's like light bleed.
Yeah,
there's
it's
definitely
like really bad
something
Photoshop job. This like, I'm sorry, but the phone they're showing does not look real.
Yeah. Sorry, GizTop. We're on to you.
I could be wrong. I'm just
look at that. Look at the description though. They like wrote out everything. They've got the bands. They've got descriptions for all the features.
It says it has a 6.5-inch water drop display, but if it's like the renders that OnLeaks posted, it doesn't have a water drop display. All right, can we move on? This thing is totally fake.
What do they mean by water drop, though?
I'm assuming they mean it has a little notch. I mean, they're saying in their description it says OnePlus 7 has a notch screen. Well, OnLeaks posted one that has no notch. So why are we trusting this thing again?
Oh, we're not.
Or moving on. I'm closing this. CNET, you should take that down. Anyway, so OnePlus 7.
It's legit.
$629.
Yep, 3 rear cameras. Keep that in mind.
Let's see, just quickly, Google Duplex. In case you remember Google Duplex, it's the thing where you can tell Google to call and book you a restaurant for this many people at tomorrow, and it'll call and it'll do that. It's available now in 43 states across this country of ours on all Pixel phones.
USA.
I don't know which states are not, other than Montana, and the only reason I know that is because I'm from there originally, and I look for Montana. I think somebody maybe said Indiana or Illinois or something at one point. But that's only 7 states not covered. So Duplex, it's in Oregon. I still haven't tried it. Duplex, I remember how like all the headlines it made when it was first announced at like I/O, and everyone goes, "This thing's a privacy nightmare. Google's robots are gonna take over the world, and we should all be scared. This is terrible." And now it's like available, and no one cares. Like no one cares.
Yeah.
It's just a restaurant reservation system at this point. Like who cares?
Yeah. Brandon Fisher, he says, why 43 states? I think it was because of the privacy concerns or those privacy laws within those states like a robot can't call for you and talk to a real person because it could be fooling them or like spam or whatever. I don't know.
Xavier says, great at pissing people off. And Scott Washington just said, I tried it and it told me to try again later.
Dang.
I mean, I when it first came out, I watched a couple of the demos and the process looked painful. Like I could have, when it kept asking people questions back, like, well, what time? Well, how many? Can you do this? It was like this back and forth you had to have with Google before it would call, which I get is trying to get all the details right. But I might as well have just opened Open Table and hit reserve. You know what I mean? Or just called them myself. So I just don't care about Duplex, unfortunately. Maybe someday down the road I will.
With Open Table being like, so I got a birthday coming up, no big deal. So I set up a reservation for tonight, and like I looked the spot up on Google, and Open Table is just integrated with Google now. Like you don't have to go through Google Maps or the Open Table app. Like you literally just book everything through Google. And I don't want, honestly, I don't want a robot. Like, I don't want to come off as the pretentious guy who has the robot call for him and do his, like, I don't need Wally to do my work for me.
Make a little note next to your name, like, here's the robot guy.
Yeah, here's robot
the worst
guy.
Table, yeah.
Yeah, dude probably drives a Tesla. Like, no, I don't. So I don't want to be known as that guy.
Who was it just said? Oh, Sam in the chat said, I love answering random calls or scam likely with call screening though. I am 100% with you. I love tapping the call screening button on Pixel and seeing people go, hello? Like they're so confused when it says like, hey, this is Google. I'm answering for Kellen. They're like, and most people just hang up, but I really do like call screen because it is like, I always feel like you get a kind of troll back to the scam callers, right? That call you and want to do their thing, and then you just throw like an automated system back at them. It's brilliant. I do love it.
Thank you, Google, for that.
Yes. All right. So what time is it? Ooh, we're getting close
Almost
to
trivia time.
So T-Mobile this week announced a bunch of their plans for their home internet. Well, this isn't fully wireless related. It is going to use their network, so which is why we're kind of covering it. But they've run into some issues getting their merger with Sprint approved. The government is kind of like, well, let's hold. I think they've paused. The FCC paused the whole thing, I think, this week. And as they were doing that, T-Mobile was like, look, we got to sell these dudes on this. Let's talk about our internet that's going to come with this merger, right? So what they said is some of which they announced, I think back in September, but they said, look, we're going to be everywhere. We're going to be in all these rural areas that don't have high-speed internet. We're going to deliver everyone at least 100 megabits per second down. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to just drop you off a modem / router / combo system. You're going to set it up with an app. You don't need to make appointments, all that, and you'll have fast internet up and running over their network. It actually sounds pretty great. I don't know. They keep kind of saying, this will happen if we're able to merge with Sprint, but they're launching a pilot program like any day now to use over their 4G LTE network. So it's clearly like this is in their plans anyway, like whether they merge with Sprint. Remember, they bought that Layer TV company also. Like they have some plans that they weren't going to just pause just because they might get told no on Sprint. So anyway, it's worth talking about because it may be an internet option for a lot of people who have really garbage internet options. The box they give you, initially they're going to launch it over their 4G LTE network. It'll be free to have that box. And then when it becomes a 5G network, they'll upgrade you for free to a 5G box. And there's no like modem rentals and stuff like that. So they didn't announce pricing, but I'd imagine it could be like $70 a month, right? And that includes taxes and fees and all of that stuff. So if you're waiting for more internet options to arrive, one of the big things I think that 5G will do is actually bring those for other people. So I wrote like a week or so ago about one of the benefits of Verizon expanding their 5G network is that when their wireless network goes everywhere, they've said that will mean they will have 5G home internet everywhere. So even if you don't care about 5G on your cell phone, which I don't know that we should get that excited about ever, it could be a home internet option for people, even like me, who I really only have Comcast or maybe CenturyLink's really bad DSL. So if Verizon launches 5G in Portland, I may be able to go Verizon. I want your 5G in my house, which might be as fast as, cable provider. So that's like one of the bonuses of 5G, I think, that's actually going to be probably more impactful than being on your phone. Because, come on, do we really need a gigabit per second download speed on our phone? Not really. It just looks cool to run a speed test. But in your home, that's important. So T-Mobile says, look, we're going to bring it everywhere. It'll be cheap. You'll set it up by yourself with a box. And Verizon is not the same. Well, at least currently Verizon, you have to like put a mini tower like on your house and stuff. It actually is kind of a disaster. T-Mobile's not saying you need to do that. So 5G, the only thing I care about right now with 5G is internet. Who would have thought?
Dang.
Final topic. We ran a poll that said, do you use screen protectors or not? And this kind of goes back to the S10 because it includes one. And Tim and I both admitted that we ripped ours off. I'm just not a fan of them. I get it though. People keep these phones for 2 years. They want to protect the screen because replacing screens is, not that cheap. I did it once with a Pixel 2 XL and it cost me like $300 or something. It was like $250. I don't know. It wasn't that cheap. 56% of our readers said, yeah, we use a screen protector, and 44% said no.
I like life in the fast lane, so no protection.
Yeah, I can't mess around with that stuff.
For anything.
There was a time where those tempered glass ones were like a really big deal, like the first ones. We'd put them on like Galaxy Nexus phones and stuff, and they didn't feel terrible because they were glass, but the early ones were super cheap and terrible, and they had like no oleophobic coating, and so you get grease all over them. And then the plasticky ones I just can't do because they make my skin crawl.
Yeah, with protection, it just doesn't feel the same, so I don't use it.
Oh, boy. Yep, that's about trivia time, I guess. After that comment. It is, yes, it's trivia time. Tim will Oonce it up here. There it is. Yep. All right, so trivia time. If you're new around here, once again, we do DL trivia at the end of every show. We have 5 questions, and we give prizes to 5 people who answer those correctly. Well, 1 prize per question. 5 winners every week. All you have to do is wait for the question to go up on the screen or listen for it, and then in the YouTube chat, be the first to answer correctly. Tim and I will see your answer correctly, and we will call out your name, and you win. And that's pretty much how it works. It's super simple. And who do we have sponsoring once again this week?
Again, we've got our fantastic prize sponsors, Aki, with the dual, I believe these are 18 watt,
18
or 24 watt, dual port wall chargers. These are some bad boys, so watch out. They're actually they're pretty slim. Kenlin looked at a picture of them and was like, "Man, these aren't slim." I was like, "Well, they actually are kind of slim. They're tall, but they're slim.
Yes.
They're thin."
Yes.
So anyway,
Tall but slim.
Scale on down to 144 or audio only, or however you guys do all that, and
however you get that fastest connection, because the trivia questions are coming, and you got to be first.
Yeah. And I will say, if you guys aren't already following me on Twitter, you should be at Tim Otato, because I gave out a hint as to what trivia was about today. I said it's going to be heavy on the Samsung stuff.
Oof.
So, I mean, you could have already been studying this entire time, but now you're left having to.
You're already behind now.
Yeah, you're already behind. So, I say let's get it started, and let's kick it off with question number uno, please.
All right.
Por favor.
Question number 1 is going up now.
Who is the current president of Samsung's mobile communications business? Again, who is the current president of Samsung's mobile communications business? This is the guy who's always up on stage. Oh, I'm seeing Chris Weddle.
Yep.
The correct answer of DJ Co.
DJ Co.
Oh, yes. That was nice and quick.
I saw a couple no ideas, and then Chris is like, I know.
He's like, I know this.
Chris Weddle.
That's my charger.
That is the correct answer. DJ Go.
Congratulations, Chris. And then, of course, real quick, so after all the trivia questions are asked and we've got our winners, I will put my email information down in the comments, and y'all will email me, and I'll get your chargers out to you ASAP, Rocky style.
Max Weisberger, close with Tim Apple.
Yeah. Tim Apple.
Solid answer there.
Yeah.
Very correct.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Very correct.
All right, question number 2, please.
Question number 2 is up now.
Which company created the Galaxy S10's ultrasonic fingerprint reader? If you follow the news, it shouldn't be too hard. Which company created the Galaxy S10's ultrasonic fingerprint reader? Oh, yeah. We've been following the development of this technology ever since it was first unveiled by these guys. Adi Krishna with the correct answer of Qualcomm.
That's correct. It is Qualcomm.
Nice. Oh, good. I'm glad you backed me up on that. Because imagine like, no.
Imagine it not being Qualcomm. Qualcomm had a whole press release about it that said, yes, we did this.
Yes, it was a big deal.
Adi Krishna with the win.
Congratulations.
With the win?
All right.
Perfect.
Okay. We've got it. I am ready for question number 3, please.
Hold on. Melissa is out. Have a great weekend, Melissa. Thanks for the chat today.
Peace, Melissa.
All right. Question number 3 is going up now.
According to CAD renders, how many rear cameras will the OnePlus 7 have? Oh, yes. According to CAD renders, how many rear cameras?
I got Scott Washington.
Oh, excellent. Scott Washington with the correct answer of 3. Uno, dos, tres. Congratulations, Scott Washington. I hope that wasn't too easy.
I think Clinton Roche keeps having 12 every time we put a question up, which is really funny.
Well,
Clinton, just so you know, I don't think you're going to win today with that answer.
He could win next week, though. Maybe
That's
I
true.
can. Yeah,
I'm just saying today,
12.
I don't think 12. This is just like a hint. I don't know that 12 is going to be an answer this week.
One day he's going to get it, and it's going to be awesome.
I think Scott Washington's also doing a 3,400. Scott, 3,400. All of you just won, so it doesn't matter at this point. But yeah.
Classic. All right, congratulations to Scott Washington. You got a sweet Aki dual port charger coming at you. All right, here we go. Question number 4.
Question number 4 is up now.
What year was the first Samsung Exynos processor released? What year was the first Samsung Exynos processor released? Real quick, there's a hint. Think Galaxy S, the original, and the Nexus S release year. What year did those phones release? And you might figure it out. I can't accept that. I gotta go with Wade County.
Yeah.
Yep. Wade County with the correct answer of 2010. I see you, Derek, with the 210. I had a feeling, I have an idea of what you were going for there, but we gotta go with the correct answer of 2010 from Wade County. Wade County.
I would agree with that decision.
Thank you.
That is a very specific number.
Yeah. Real quick, shout out to Scott Washington with the $5 dono for shipping. Again, do we handle shipping? Y'all don't have to pay for your shipping, but we do appreciate the donation. It'll go straight to the beer fund. Thank you very much. Just double checking that 2010 answer from these guys. Yep. All right. 2010, Wade County. Congratulations.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, Max, you got to drop that quality, brother. If you're not down on 180, you're not trying. So let's keep it going with our last final question. Extremely difficult question. Question number 5, please.
Question number 5 is up now.
What does the S in Galaxy S stand for? It's 2 words.
I had no idea.
Which is super weird. So what does the Galaxy S in Galaxy S stand for? And no, it is not Samsung.
Did you get this off of GizTop? I had no idea.
I did not get this off of GizTop. Oh, that's funny. So I'm seeing a lot of super. That's pretty darn close. Seeing speed. It's 2 words. Come on, people. If someone Googled it, they'd have it by now. Oh,
Nate.
There it is. I see. Is that... Stop scrolling so fast. Is that Nate Clements?
I think it was Nate Clements, yeah.
All right. Nate Clements with the correct answer of super smart.
I mean, yeah, awesome. I had no idea. I'm just going to assume that's actually correct because I have no idea. I'd never heard that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like when Apple was doing like iPhone 6S, everyone was like, what does the S stand for? And I don't know that they ever actually had an answer. So I just assumed Galaxy S was the same way. Super smart. Yeah. What is that even supposed to mean, Samsung? It's 1S. You can't do that. You can't do that.
It doesn't make any sense at all. But hey, it's all good. So congratulations to Chris, Adi, Scott, Wade, Nate. I believe it was Adi who just sent in a $5 donation. Thank you very much for shipping. Again, like, am I not like saying this clear enough? You don't need to send us money for shipping. We got you guys.
Appreciate that, Scott and Audie. But yeah.
Yeah. All we do is appreciate you guys being here with us and spending your afternoon with us for an hour. We couldn't be more thrilled to have you. So all of you winners, again, Chris, Audie, Scott, Wade, Nate, please send me a message to the email provided right now in the chat. And we're going to have your prizes out to you ASAP.
Oh, yes.
Boom. Oh, yeah. I better hear from you guys so quick. Don't wait. I need it now. Because it's Friday, and I'm not trying to stick around. It's got my birthday coming up. I got to do videos. Oh, God. I've got a busy weekend.
We're so busy. Yeah. Well, I don't have any other topics, so I think that's pretty much it. We should be back again next week. We'll have reviews done by then, so we'll have some even finaler words to say on the Galaxy S10 line. So you'll want to be around for that. Again, we have a whole bunch of videos coming up. We're back on our video grind at the moment. Tips and tricks coming. S10 first 10, S10 Plus first 10 things from Tim, more tips and tricks. I mean, we'll like all that video series that we do. We will have all of those up shortly. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in. Episode 197.
Love and peace.
Droid Life.
Peace.